shaved your bush, Sam.
I was going to do something similar. Oh, Maxwell. All natural down there. Maxwell, some UK grunge royalty on the show today.
Big Gav.
Big Gavin Rossdale from Bush jumped on the line. This one was a very interesting chat, Maxwell. Obviously, Bush are heading down under with a co-headline tour alongside Shinedown.
Which is awesome.
It's so sick.
Awesome.
And for those that are listening that go, oh, I'm not familiar with Bush, you definitely are. Everyone knows Glycerine.
So when I was editing this podcast, I put it on and I was like, this song fucking slaps. Like,
so good.
But then there is some depth in the bench as well. Like and some of the you guys cover it in the interview. Some of the new stuff is really like different sounding, but very cool.
Yeah, and like you said, we talk about that quite in depth. We talk about their new music and how their new generation of fans are coming through and discovering different parts of the band that, Gavin didn't really think they would. And then we sort of dive into the life of Gavin Rossdale as well, because obviously he is, a man of many talents. He's got a cooking show. Yeah, so we talk dinner with Gavin Rossdale, which is cool. And he's had guests like Serena Williams. He's had a bunch of very, very
Sir Tom Jones.
Yeah. So we're interviewing an interviewer. Yeah. But then we're twisting the narrative a little bit, which is cool.
Shout out to, he mentions it in the show, shout out to the kids that are named after him, which is fucking, imagine being, like, that's kind of cool.
Baller.
Huge move.
Yeah, it's cool talking to people of that stature. Yeah. Because they say shit and you're like, yeah, okay. But no.
But then
it's legit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sam, I'll throw it to you to take us away with Gavin Rossdale.
Joining us all the way from the UK, rock and roll legend Gavin Rossdale. Mate, welcome to the show.
Thanks, mate. Great to be. I'm in Los Angeles, actually.
Oh, well, I'm going to start that all again. That's a shocking start. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I could have been. How do you not know? It's just Zoom.
That's true. Well, no, probably not my... I was bound to stuff it up at some stage. So, look, you're in the US. We'll roll with that. I think it makes for a more authentic podcast if I start with a mistake. So maybe we'll keep it in.
But look, mate, keep all of this in.
Keep it all in.
Gold.
We're not a professional podcast, exactly. But look, the first question we always start with on the podcast is just to get an idea of what you're spinning in your playlist as of late.
Oh. Well, I've really been kind of taking that interesting vibe of the Architects, Poppy, listen to that metalcore stuff. Really find that kind of really interesting, but also at the same time. So that for kind of dark, wild riffing, studio world, keyboards, the new Evanescence record. It's just a few people behind it all, it seems. So that's what I've been listening to, as well as Labyrinth. I just love that guy.
Okay.
It's just brilliant, just so good.
Yeah.
And he's just had a new song, Prostitute, which I think is the song of the year for me. It's just brilliant.
I mean, all the stuff that he was doing on the Euphoria soundtrack as well, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's special.
Yeah.
I just love that broken down stuff. And the link through it all is I love all that broken, weird stuff,
Yeah. Well, I am really keen to dive into all that sort of stuff. And look, there is a lot to talk about, including an upcoming Australian tour. But first of all, I mean, you said off air that you have just been in the desert. Have you managed to take a breath yet? Because it seems like Bush has been playing all over the place. Sonic Temple, Tiny Desks. Have you stopped to, I guess, take a breather and recharge?
I went just 2 days in the desert. My girlfriend had her suggestion. So I did it. I did it relaxed for 2 days and just like cooked and watched the football and drank wine, and it was a wild time. So I did, but now I'm back in the big smoke of Los Angeles and in my studio, and I got to go get my dog, and then it's just full on. I don't know, like I don't know. love to live this really full life for some reason. Just it's always going. It's always going.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we can dive straight into it because I was going to say, you mentioned you spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Along with the music stuff, you've got dinner with Gavin Rossdale. You're always busy doing something. Do you find it difficult to switch off? Do you find it kind of relaxing and recharging quite I guess, an active task?
Yes, because the worst thing is I thought I was getting away with it years ago when I avoided getting a job, right? I avoided getting a job and thought I could do something artistic just to avoid doing any kind of labor. And and then what happened is I fell in love with making the music and doing all that and finding all the outlets and all the the things that everybody says. It's a great place to put all what I think about the world. Blah, blah, blah. You make things, make songs. But then the worst part is that you then get inspired by the idea that you could really be working all the time. There's no reason to really switch off too much. If you have a job 9 to 5, you do. But if you're doing it yourself, it's it really makes sense to be disciplined about it and apply yourself to your job. So in which case you sort of fill most days or something. Like I got to be slightly productive most days. I feel like a
Yeah.
sloth if I'm not productive. But I know things got to be nudged forward and things done. So when you do that, it's all the increment, journey of 1,000 steps. It's one step at a time.
Yeah.
So I like to keep on top of things, and I'm in the cusp of I'm in the middle of thinking about the new record and writing new songs and stuff like that. So that means I'm a nightmare because I'm just suspicious the whole time, and I'm suspicious that I might see a line somewhere that I'm like. It's going to make sense to me. Someone will be talking to me, and I'll be reading copy of something there that is the line for me. Who's talking to me today? Where's the universe shining for
Yeah.
me? And so yeah, I apply myself in that way.
Yeah. A lot of midnight wake ups, chucking notes down in your phone and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I'm really disciplined about actually making songs. I don't sit around and wait for inspiration because I think that's nonsense. I wait for a gap in the schedule, and then I do that, which is what I have coming up. And in fact, I've got 2 days of press. I thought I had this Thursday and Friday just to be in the studio, but yeah, so I love it. It is a really fun thing to do, and now with the sort of advent of studios and technology, you could be in here on your own and just be sounding like 10 of you who are having a
Yeah.
laugh. It's like, wow, all this is happening. And so I like that. I don't do my own vocals. I do have an engineer to come and do the vocals, but I can pretty much arrange things in the computer, arrange the songs together. So it's kind of fun for that.
Yeah, it feels like the production levels nowadays, you see bands coming up and they're just doing everything, in their own bedroom, sounding like they're in a multi-million dollar studio. It's incredible.
Yeah, unless you're a studio owner, then it sounds bad. All the
Absolutely. It's
studio
awful
owners
for
are
them.
absolutely fucked. Yeah, apart from live
Right.
drums, it's hard to know why you go to a studio. But you know what it is always though, to be serious, is that lovely mic collections. That's one that gets people to go to studios.
Absolutely, it is. Well, look, let's chat Bush for a second because I was watching some clips from your Sonic Temple Festival a few weeks ago, and the crowd sort of took my eye. There's such a range of age demographics, and it feels like rock is really truly back in the spotlight again. Down here in Australia, we're seeing such a resurgence with the amount of younger people attending punk and grunge and metal shows. I mean, for you, how have you seen that change? And have you noticed, a change to
Yeah,
Bush's
no, I think
crowds?
really it's the last year or so. We've been working so hard and so many songs, so many tours that these last year or so, it's been more like it was. It's been,
Yeah.
and when I make a point of going out into the crowd because I really like that in the insanity of it. That it just nobody. It's just who the fuck would do that? So I like it, and I go. So I've been going so far back in these festivals. It's like the next stop is the hot dog stands, the caterers, the edge of the festival, because I'm just like. And when I've gone out in the crowds, often it's like a field trip kind of thing because you sort of see what's really happening. You know, it's one thing to see the masses in front of the stage, but when you start going, you know, really, really far back as you can go, you start seeing, you know, people in a different light, and there's a bit more space, people are talking, but still seeing a lot of love, a lot of focus on the stage, which is really, it's really fun. Like just check in, and you have to run back like 500 meters, you know.
I mean, by the time you get back there, you just got blokes crossing their arms, pretending that they're, you know, all serious, but having the time of their life, and the behaviour changes back there.
You're absolutely right, because the range of ages has been probably the biggest sort of surprise over the last 2 years,
Are you finding it's shifting to be, you know, a mixture of people that grew up with
You know,
Bush to younger?
there's also the songs are doing well at radio. You know, the new songs are doing well at radio. So you get a whole load of people coming to the show who don't know the first record, and it's amazing. It's sort of like you're just a bit freer from that, you know. But really good, you know. I love it. It's just like what a dream come true to have a multi-generational audience. I mean, that's just like that's madness. That's like Queen or something. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know,
It's all you can ask for.
it's a lot. So, U2 or something like that, you know. Super cool. Yeah, I love it. You know, that's why it inspires me to make even better new music. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to like I'm sort of, you know, I got the bug. You know, I got the bug. I've had it for a long time, but I just want to make something great. I want people to be surprised. Like, my favorite thing about the records we've been making in the last few years is surprise it gives people, because you know, I did the Sea of Memories, for example. You know, there's a couple of songs, it's like I'm proud of it, but I sort of felt like I was treading water a little bit. And after I did the Black and White Rainbows, when I was thinking about my future and my life and everything, I just thought, I just want to make heavy music. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. All D-tuned, every festival I was doing, choosing all the D-tuned songs off of every record. And I was like, you're an idiot. Just so from the Kingdom, so for the Kingdom, Art of Survival, and I Beat Loneliness, those three, they've all been just detuned and all getting better and better and heavier and heavier, weirder and weirder. And so what's next is we're primed to really not fuck it up and have a really great record. And I think that you know, we'll figure it. So it's like, it's exciting. It's an exciting time for us, and in that in of itself sounds a bit ridiculous. It sounds like, I can't believe I'm saying it, but what way to live. You know, I'm so much happier to live like this, to be genuinely thrilled. Like, I'm right facing the studio. I'm in here. It's gonna be amazing. You know, got like, you know, and then you do stuff. I've heard bands on the road. I've seen shows. I've felt where we've been strongest. Or I've seen where someone's not been good, or I haven't been good, or what I've thought, whatever I've thought, I get the chance to redress it here. Be like, okay, clean slate. What am I going to do? Who's going to win the cup final? What's the team? You know, you make a good song, and it's you know, it gives purpose and intent to the music. You know, that's what I feel. It feels driven. You know?
Yeah.
That's why it sounds driven.
I mean, to your point, I mean, I Beat Loneliness, listening back to it, it is this sort of heavier sound, and you explore a little bit more synth than some people would be used to with Bush, and it feels very, it feels new, it feels mature, and it feels, I guess, an evolution of the sound. So I guess with this, you know, working on the new stuff, is it just, you know, the world's your oyster, whatever sort of feels right, whatever feels comfortable is what you'll explore sonically?
Well, I mean, within the parameters of all the people that come to the shows, you know, I know, I definitely feel that when I write, it's with my favorite fans in mind, my favorite people who love me, and just wanting to make them proud. Like, well, I think it's so cool when you go to festivals and people wearing those shirts, you know, it's like a political statement if they wear your shirt. So whenever I go in places and there's lots of festivals and see the Bush, it's just like, it's such an honor when people kind of give their faith in you. So it's like when people tell me they've named their son after me. I just think, fuck, there's a lot of pressure. I just want to be great for that person. I don't want them to be like, oh, then a guy wrote a really crap record. He's like, thanks, mum. He's got my name.
That is a lot of pressure, actually.
But it's not. I mean, yeah, it's pressure I like. It's the pressure to sort of deliver, and people give you that those compliments, and to truly appreciate them. Well, really appreciating them, and then it gives me that confidence. And then when I'm making a record, I think of them. I think of them. They already like me, and am I going to play a record? Are they going to be let down? No, they're fucking not. No, they're
Yeah.
not. Like, yes, it's great. And maybe gone are the days of the 25 million people, but we have our world, and it's a vibe. It's doing it. And I always
Yeah.
find that anyway. That another thing that I really love to think about is that comparison is a thief of joy. So I don't look at other bands or what other people are doing, because everyone has their journey. And if you look too closely, you'll see that, someone's doing too well. You're like, I wasn't ready for that kind of success.
Yeah.
So you measure against
Oh,
yourself. So for me, I just know that going out and playing shows with tons of people loving the band, us trying to make great music, and every show always being stellar. That's it. That's all we can do. And that's it.
I love that. I mean, comparison is the thief of joy. But you mentioned bands like Architects. You're listening to Poppy as well. You've come up with so many incredible bands, but with the modern contemporaries, do you look to any bands and go, shit, that's really cool? Like, do you get any sort of inspiration or admiration for what some modern bands are doing, or is it just all, let's just focus on what Bush is doing?
Well, that'd be terrible now. Yes. No. The trap. I hear all the time. I mean, do you mean like Radiohead or something? I mean, Radiohead, I love Radiohead. Tom York is always doing like wilder versions of himself, like he kind of different outfits, the smile. He's just got his energy, and he's just a phenomenal musician.
Yeah.
I like Tame Impala, I think he's incredible. What a talent. Oh my God, doing all that stuff. Um, so yeah, I think of people all the time. Um, I mean, once I'm in the studio, I have to forget about them. But you know, all those people that I mentioned, like I'm guessing the Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, I find everyone doing interesting stuff. I love the new Evanescence record. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm always listening to music. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Uh, no, I love it. Well, look, for Australian fans, they're gearing up for your impending visit in September, Bush and Shinedown co-headline tour. It's the first time, if I'm correct, that they'll hear tracks from I Beat Loneliness live.
Yeah.
And I guess for you, lyrically, the album it's very raw, it's very honest and really vulnerable at times. How have you found the reception in a live sense with those songs?
I think that people who love the band, just know that I leave it all out there. I just leave it all out there, and so when I write those words, I just push myself. Like, is that out there enough? Is that as far out enough? Is it clear enough? And I just think it's brilliant to be. If you choose to make things, be an artist, you have to be fearless and transparent, and like be able to sort of be the most vulnerable you ever imagined, because otherwise, how are you going to speak to the most vulnerable? Only the most vulnerable realize that. You know what I mean? Because if you're
Yeah.
not vulnerable, then people that are vulnerable want nothing to do with you. It's like a manosphere thing or something like that. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. It's
Yeah.
like they have to know that I'm prepared to. And when I write those words, I nothing. The biggest compliment anyone can give anyone, a songwriter, is that a song that I write, they inherit, and it becomes their song. It's not even my song. It's their song, and those words they're so direct that people can attach them to their own lives. I just here, take those. Those are for you. And that's what people feel like with their favorite, with their the bands they connect to. I mean, I'm in people's brains, right? My words, my fucking voice, my mouth in people's brains, like right there. It's crazy. I always
It is
think
pretty
about
special.
or in a car, I can't get rid of this fuck, like this.
I mean, yeah, it must be a foreign, like a surreal and I guess almost a foreign feeling knowing that songs you've written in the space of your own home or studio are, songs that fans really heavily emotionally attached to.
Yeah, it's the biggest compliment anyone could ever give you. It's just the wildest journey. And the funny thing about it is you never quite know who it is because it's a private relationship people have with the songs. They don't have to play me and FaceTime me whilst they're playing songs. It's like it's all for them.
100%. And look, before we look to wrap, I'd love to ask you about the Dinner with Gavin Rossdale series you do, because I feel like there are so many unexpected parallels between music and food and their abilities to bring people together. So, with that, I mean, what have you learnt, yourself from sitting down with people for meals and talking to such interesting people? Do you find yourself that parallel?
Yeah, my what I found is that the common link between people of what they've overcome. I think that from an objective point of view, what was most exciting for me thinking and looking at it was I provided a platform with the six most brilliant individual people, completely diverse, really interesting people, and just people get a chance to hear them talk and watch them and learn from their struggle, because everyone I've talked to just goes through stuff, and there are times in life where you're going through stuff and you just don't know if you're going to get out the other side, and you think you're just stuck, and it's really heartening and welcoming to witness someone explain their own journey, their rise, and how things are never straightforward and so many twists and turns. And I'd love to leave the audience with relating to that and enjoying that reality. That's what I thought was the most valuable thing that I learned personally about it. And everyone is crazy and just has been through it.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, there's always comfort in knowing that, I guess, on your journey, you're not the only one that's gone through adversity and struggle. And I mean, even just hearing you talk to Tom Jones about, Frank Sinatra and stuff, it must have been, yeah, an incredible conversation.
Yeah, he's an incredible man. So yeah, it was great.
Love it. And look, before we wrap, for fans of you, for fans of Bush, you're in the studio, you're coming down under in September. Besides touring, what can fans get excited about for the back half of 2026?
Well, for me, it's really going to be about touring, coming down there, and then shooting season 2 of the TV show. That's the plan. And write the best record I've ever written. I'm definitely
Love
going to
that.
do that. So hopefully the TV show. TV always takes longer than I could ever have imagined, so I hope so. But that's it. That's sort of it. And take some time. My youngest boy, is playing his first year tackle football as a quarterback. He might be second
Oh,
string,
nice.
so we're not sure. But he's only 12, so if he's a second string, he's got time to become first. I keep telling him,
Absolutely.
world champions. No world champion is a world champion at 12. Because a 12-year-old world champion is not a world champion later on. It's just time you run, son. You're all good. Just enjoy yourself, work hard at it. Do not try and be the best in the world at 12 because it goes away.
Exactly. You don't want to peak in high school.
Yeah, yeah, he did. No peaking. He's just learning, getting into it, and yeah, that's it.
I love that. Well, for everyone listening, if you haven't already, make sure to go and pick up a ticket to Bush and Shinedown's co-headline tour in September, heading all across Australia and New Zealand from the 17th of September until the 29th. Gavin Rossdale, thank you so much for jumping on the call.
All the best. Have a great day.